Greetings, Commanders. Welcome to the world of Imperium Sine Fine. In this video, we'll discuss how to play Imperium, Aeternum Emperor, and Imperium Aeternum Wars. These are grand strategy games in a fantasy setting and not easy to master. My name is Peter, and I'm the developer of the Imperium Sine Fine games. Other games that I've published are Rising Empires 2 and Fate of an Empire, Age of War. These are like Imperium Sine Fine, but turn-based. If you want an advanced gaming experience, you've come to the right place. Okay, that was the introduction. Let's start by looking at the game interface. What we look at now is a classic start position. In the middle of the map is your starting city and armies. In the lower right corner is the game controls. Here you have buttons for zooming in and out, for increasing or slowing the game speed, as well as the current date and time. In Imperium Sine Fine, each day consists of 4 cycles: morning, midday, evening, and night. 1 month, if 30 days, and a year is 12 months. Above the game controls, there are 2 rows with buttons. The bottom row is for selecting and controlling your armies and cities. The buttons are, from left to right, select army, select city, open the empire screen, and finally, changing map mode. If you long press on the select army or city button, a list of all your armies and cities will open. This is great if you quickly want to jump to an asset instead of looping through them all. There are 4 different map modes in the game. The standard mode, which the game always start with. The diplomatic mode, that show the diplomatic status towards all other factions. The political mode, which is best for seeing what each faction controls. And finally, the expansion mode, that highlights all hexes where you can build new cities. The upper row is for event buttons. There can be up to 4 buttons on this row. They are only shown when needed. From left to right, they are idle army, that allows you to loop through armies that need new orders, diplomatic events, combat reports, and lastly, the default event button. All events that happen will always show in these buttons, but in the game settings, you have the possibility to change what type of events that will pause the game. At the top of the screen, you have a bar with lots of important information. The 2 to the left show how much imperial influence you have available and the average loyalty of your population. Imperium influence are needed to initiate diplomatic actions, like asking for peace or declaring wars, as well as doing things with your leaders. A small amount of imperial influence is generated each cycle. The empire loyalty is the average loyalty in all your cities. A city with lots of workshops contribute more to the empire loyalty than a city with no or few workshops. The remaining 6 icons represent resources and equipment available in the global equipment stock. The 2 to the left represents the manpower and amounts of horses that are available. The shovel stands for support equipment. Then you have armor, melee weapons, and ranged weapons. Cities generate resources each day, and at the end of each month, these are used for production of new equipment. Manpower, horses not used for production, and all equipment are then sent to the global equipment stock. When all cities have produced equipment, it's time to maintain and reinforce your armies. Since support equipment is a consumable used by your armies, the first thing that happens is that support equipment are distributed to armies that need support equipment. When this has been done, and if there are any support equipment remaining in the global equipment stock, new troops are recruited. Now we have a basic grasp of the game interface. Let's look more closely on the cities and armies on the map and all the icons around them. This is the capital of the Blackrun Free Company. Cities are the foundation of power in Imperium Sine Fine. They collect resources and use them to produce equipment in their workshops at the end of each month. Keep your cities secure and well protected. There are 3 icons below the city. The left one informs about the strength of the city walls. City wall strength ranges from 0 to 5. The middle one shows what the city is working on now. This city is running a project to increase its territory. The right one is the faction badge and tell you which faction that controls the city. There is a little bit more information around each army. Let's start with the left icon. This is the experience level of the army. All armies start as recruits, then become trained, experienced, veterans, and finally elite troops. Same as with cities, the middle ones show what project the army is working on. This army is improving the infrastructure in the hex. The right one is the faction badge and tell which faction that controls the army. There are also 2 to 3 bars in the upper left corner of the army. The left bar represents the percentage of soldiers in the army compared to the wanted number of soldiers. The second, orange, bar represent the combat readiness of the army. The combat readiness depends on 2 factors: the organization value of the army and how well equipped it is with support equipment. When the army is moving, there is also a third bar. This bar represents how many movement points the army have stored and how close it is to reach its new destination. Thank you for watching this guide for playing Imperium Sine Fine. Please like and subscribe for more guides and tutorials.